Talk Life with Lanesha, and you have tuned in to episode 1, Love or Lust. Help me figure this out, guys. Hey, it's giving ghetto first episode vibes, okay? First things first, I only curled the front 3 sections of my hair, and this lace front was lace fronted by myself, okay? So if you don't have no constructive criticism, don't say nothing at all. Secondly, I got a mixer that I used to be able to use, when I first birthed the idea. However, I'm unable to use it now. I've watched a few YouTube videos. Some of the people did not speak English. So this is for aesthetics right now, okay? You see me talking into it, don't say why you talking in the mic, because it's going to work one day. I'm faking it until I make it, okay? There's that. What else on my church announcements? Hey! It's me. I wanted this to be perfect so bad. If I could just be real honest with my audience. Hey, y'all. Thank y'all. If you tuned in, thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all know you heard me talk about it a long, long time ago. And then I didn't do it. And now I'm doing it. All praises be to the Most High. Now, let's talk life with Lanesha. First things first, I'm Lanesha. I am 31 years old. That sounds so weird coming out of my mouth. I thought my 20s was going to last forever. They did not. Here I am, touching down in the 30s. And we here. And we still striving, okay? What else? I am CEO. That sounds good to me. I'm founder of Life by Lanesha. Life stands for life, influence, fitness, and empowerment. And I know when I say podcast, the people was like, you work out on live, you work out on your page, you always talking about working out, you always talking about some shakes. Now you about to do a podcast about that too? No, I'm not. It's about life. That's why my business. That is why I chose that name, because I knew I wanted to encompass some other things under the umbrella of my business. And now, granted, I ain't just have podcasts at the forefront of my mind, but here it is. So here's my encouragement segment. If there's something you want to do, go do it. Let's my doing it without my mixer and it being right here that I don't know how to use, just say the battery, turn it off. Let this be basically me practicing what I preach. We're gonna get it together. The next one gonna be better and better and better. I don't even know how I want to start this off, but I will start off by being very, very authentic. I already gave y'all my age, what I do, all that good stuff. I don't have. November was rough for me, but okay, let's go back. I wanted to start a podcast around June. I think I went on and made this investment in my mixer and my mic. I think all of this came together, yeah. And my table was bought by my then. He wasn't my boyfriend then. We were dating. Then eventually he asked me to be his girlfriend. But we're not together no more. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay? Now, I want to preface this by saying this episode is not meant to bash anyone's character. So there will not be names used. This is just to tell my account. And I'm hoping to help somebody and have a free space. Maybe y'all can help me. Okay? I want to talk about my journey, my healing journey from that relationship, how it came about, all the things that happened, because I feel like I was in a really good space prior to that relationship. And, yeah, everything happened like it needed to happen. I can't tell you I know why right now, because I don't. I'll be able to tell why. Maybe we can discover that together, too. However, I want to talk about it because I know I can't be. Like I said, when I first wanted to do a podcast, I'm like, I can't be the only one that life be happening to like this. So we got to talk about it. Let's talk about it, honey. This is open to everybody. I'll probably be more, probably compel more to my female audience. However, let's just dive right in. We're going to start at the beginning, Because I got to go before him so y'all can understand. I don't know. Maybe it'll help me understand. So this year, it all happened this year. The top of the year, I declared this year to be my year. Truth is, I like means. That's so petty. A few people will understand where that came from. Anyway, but this was gonna be my me year to focus on me, get me together. I really didn't want to date in 2021. I didn't want to talk to anybody like that. People just be coming out, old people, new people. They just be, I don't know where they come from. I wish they stay over there somewhere. Anyway, so at the top of the year, because there was some situations that I found myself in, not a whole bunch. It sounded like I was doing the most. But I did feel like as a 30-year-old at the top of the year, because I just turned 31 in September, that I needed to add some structure to what I was doing and how I was dealing with the opposite sex. And I felt like I was all over the place. And at that age, I should know where I wanted to go. And at that time, I was like, this not it. That's not where I want to be. I'm not sure where, but that was not. So I eliminated the situation, and I was focusing on me. Boom. Met this young man. Even still, I was like, I didn't even put, like, you know how you go on a date and you real pretty and you're like, No, when I went on a date, I had an attitude. I was hungry, and I mean, I didn't bring the attitude on purpose. It's just kind of built in. But I was just me. Like, it was me off the rip. And if you know me, a lot of people can't take me off the rip. I got to ease me onto people. And then they love me. But that's not so. Yeah, anywho. Went on a date. We didn't even exchange numbers the first date. The man messaged me through Facebook. And I was like, why you even take somebody after eating you didn't have their number? You know I could have stood you up, right? Anyway, I'm not going to do his voice. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. That petty wanted to jump right out. We not doing that. Maybe. Depends. Anyway. So the first day, I was just me, like me. And it was a scare tactic. Like in hindsight, and we discussed it throughout our dating, our courtship or whatever. We discussed it. There was definitely a tactic, you know. So maybe that'll scare him. He'll eliminate himself because he really can't like take me like that. I'm getting notifications, and I really hope nobody calls me while I'm recording this because it's gonna stop the video. Anyway, the man was very intentional. I felt like intentional up front. I'm dating with intent. Okay, cool. Well, I don't really want to date right now. I'm going to go ahead and tell you that. I was doing me. I wanted to do me. Well, but I wanted to do me even now, but I'm open to love, you know, that's, you know, somewhere in my life. I'm sure God wrote that down. I haven't crossed that chapter yet. I almost thought, I thought I had got to there, but I did not. Or y'all can tell me, what's this, love or lust? I think that's what I'm gonna name this episode, love or lust. I want something to captivate y'all so y'all can listen to me tell my business. Okay. We met, I thought, so let's say let me see, if I had to choose my boxes, so to speak, for a guy, I'ma say, because I have one kid, I want more kids, so I'ma say 2 kid max. Taller than me, that's not hard to beat because I'm short. What else? Kind of, if I had a type, my friends would say I like them tall and skinny. I would probably have to agree 90%. Yeah. What else? He ain't, I don't know. I think that's it. Cause like skin type, I'm not that picky. They would say my friends when I say that. I think my friends would say light skin. I mean, my baby. We ain't gonna call my baby daddy. Cause okay. Anyway, anyway, we gonna keep going. We gonna keep going. We gonna keep going. I think that that will kind of be my type, and then I guess some personality traits. Funny, you got to be able to. We got to be able to talk about each other. It's not gonna be fun, and then you can't be serious all the time because I like to laugh. Honest, of course, loyal, God fearing. Definitely, those are some of the things at the forefront of what I wanted in a man, and some of those things I thought I found right. Cool. So but we gonna roll with it because what I was rolling with wasn't rolling with me. So I told him, I said, I figured I'd just date who wants to date me at this point because it seemed like the people I was wanting wouldn't want me like they wasn't giving what they were supposed to have gave, you know. So I was like, I might as well date somebody that want to date me. And then maybe I want to date them ultimately. Who knows? So let's see. Fast forward sometime, the date still came, and it was just like I felt like it was very organic. So I was still rolling with it. I was like, now you tell your friends about it. You gotta preface it by saying he not really my type, but he nice and da 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 da, and all those things were lining up. I felt like we were going slow enough because let's be clear, while I was focusing on me. I just had to make sure I wasn't still for the streets because at the time I had experienced a I don't even know what kind of situation to call it. It was somebody who we had dealt with each other about 3 years on and off. The off would seem much longer than the on, but for some reason I just couldn't get rid of this person. And when I finally made my mind up to do so, some very embarrassing situations came to the forefront. And I mean, it really hurt me because I was vulnerable to this person, and that just kind of put me out there. Hi, I'm gonna be vulnerable to you, but then you leave me, out there somewhere. I just really didn't think that was fair to me. It really, really hurt my feelings because I expected you to protect my emotions and things like that, and you just left them out. So I was coming from that heartbreak. I really feel like I broke my own heart in that situation. So coming out of that, meet this guy who I almost think that I'm too good for, although he's not my type, right? I'm gonna try to build it up, see if I'm good at storytelling. I guess I'll know if y'all listen to the end, right? So yeah, I was trying to make sure I went for the streets, okay? And then I was like, okay, me and Jesus was talking. Maybe let's see, it just seemed like anything that that I brought up for that was like, oh, I don't like this, or a specific situation was when we were comfortable enough to start visiting each other's houses. I said, hey, it seemed like you're getting a little too lax in like courting me, coating, as the old folks say. You stopped coating me once I started inviting you over. I feel like you got a little relaxed. We're still dating, in case you didn't get that memo. The man got the memo, acknowledged the memo, and changed his behavior. It was some more things that I brought up, and it was just changed. When I said something, it changed, and I was like, okay, this is a good sign, right? Those things happen. Another specific, because again, I'm not paying this person out to be a bad person. It's just what you did to me was bad, and I hope you listen to this because you need to know, because he really don't know. We have not talked. We didn't talk about it. He did what he did, and it was just like I had to deal with it, and it seemed like he kind of just moved on. But me, we gonna talk about it, and I hope I don't cry while I'm talking to y'all, so y'all don't have me on the internet crying. Anyway, so where we at? This situation, a very good example. So I had again, I don't want to paint anybody out to be a bad person. My child's father, it's a little weird right now. We didn't used to be that weird. We used to be really, really cool. But right now, it's a little weird. Uh, we're going to talk about it on the show. And y'all just pray that we get back to being friends. Because we was friends that had a kid. And we remained friends throughout the beginning. But now it's just in a strange place. So there was a situation there. And him being a father as well. He ain't really, I ain't gonna say, I'm not expecting him to take sides, but he was more understanding to my child's dad's side. Seemed like, I'm like, nah. Of course, you don't go into a new situation with your old situation and you just like harping on that and making him think to be a bad guy, and it's just always negative. So I kept it limited. But when he got to see for himself how how it really was, basically. I was like, oh, this what you deal with? I'm like, yeah, that's that. So, even in that, there was a very real situation that happened. And he was there for me in that situation. And then the man, this part, and it's not the money part, but I felt seen, right? So I take care of my kid. Again, we not trying to, I ain't trying to make nobody look bad. But if I'm lying, I'm flying. I'm pretty much, outside of grandparents and aunts, I'm 100% of the finances for her, except on the 4 to 6 days, sometimes a month, that she's with her dad. And when he seen that, it seemed like, I guess maybe when I first told him, he was like, oh, she probably just exaggerating because they don't get along. What the girl saying or something? I might add this sound effect. If I learn how to do it. My mixer ain't mixing right now. He gave me money for my kid, and I was like, wow, it seemed like the Lord was answering prayers, okay? I said, wow. So little situations, like I said, being seen more than the money was like a big thing for me, and I felt like I was seen in that. We can call it a relationship. It was, because that's what we were building. That's what we both agreed on, despite how it ended, okay? So from that point, now we done dated a couple months after this man up front said, I'm dating intentionally. I'm like, okay, well, I'm not asking you to put a ring on it, but time is money, and it's my money. What we doing? But actually, we can go back like a month into dating. He said, what are we first, y'all? I was like, what? You asked me when are we? Cool. We date. So what's dating? And I like that we had clear-cut definitions of where we were going. We always had check-ins. So I thought, maybe not the right ones. I don't know. Again, we're going to try to figure this out. So that was cool. I was like, tell my homegirls. He said, what are we? So that was pretty cool. And it was just like dating differently. I had a different perspective on dating. I was like, okay, I'm going to be all in. Because I felt like me and my best friend, I was like, I feel like you date. I feel like I don't really date. I'm just kind of... I'm gonna talk to him, I'm gonna talk to them, but him right here and them there and that type of thing, I'm always open to something else. But I wasn't, not that I was closed off to dating anybody else, but at the time, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna get to know this person, and that's it. There might have been a few other conversations, but you kind of just weed out people because this one person is so intentional, and you just stick with the person that's intentional. That's just how it happened. So that's what it was. So nobody ever just really, and so, I felt I was I felt like I was really loyal. We talked about it, but like I said, back to, hey, we've been dating for some months now. I want to say it was 5 or 6 months. Um, and he's like maybe a year or two older than me. I think it's just 1 year. But I'm like, okay, well, you should know if you want to date and in a relationship to see where it goes, or if you don't think we should be in a relationship by this time. Because to me, we were spending a lot of time together, and I would always be like, listen. Some of the times where we would spend back-to-back weekends, I was like, you took some of my me time. Just want to let you know. Because you got to know that my me time is important to me. Because I'm heavy on the self-love. Heavy. Okay. So, with that being said, those were always check-ins. And it was just like, his thing was expectations. He had been married before. And we had this whole conversation, after the fact. Now I really can't tell this man business because I really feel like people are gonna know who he is. But some people know because we was dating. One of the mothers of his children passed away, and that was kind of like a wake up call to him. So initially it didn't seem like it affected the man that much because I was trying to be there. I'm 30, we 30 something. That's not happened for me. And, I was like, as much as I don't see a future with my kid's dad other than him just being my kid's dad, him leaving would affect me tremendously. My daughter is crazy about her dad. And so that being a hole for her would be a hole for me. So, anywho, I'm trying to be there. So after the fact, because men just process things so much differently. I would make sure to check in. I'm like, hey, you good? Y'all, you want me to, you good? You want space? You want because I'm trying to navigate his emotions, regarding this, be there, because I want to make him happy at this point. So anywho, well, that situation apparently was a wake-up call for him, and we had this whole talk in regards to me telling him. I didn't give him a time limit. I didn't give him an ultimatum, but I was like, hey, you should know. You should know. So I didn't feel like it was make me a girlfriend or else type of thing. I just felt like it was a stop wasting my time. Don't waste my time. I don't feel like it's wasted now. However, we gonna date forever, or you gonna pursue a relationship because you. And some men gonna be like, well, how you know? And you know. That's the end of that discussion. So, there was this discussion about how he felt really betrayed in a previous relationship, and things took a turn. And it's funny because now it's kind of the same in a different aspect. And I remember so vividly me saying, because when he was saying how he felt, betrayed in some ways, once the relationship took a turn for the worse, a different side of the other person came out. And I was like, hey, you started the fire, so you can't control where the fire spreaded. And it wasn't a matter of taking sides. It was just like, you know what you did anyway. That was that. But in that, it was a vulnerable moment between him and I prior to just making a decision. Because again, this is on you. Because you came to me. He would always tell me, I chose you. Because when I would, say, oh, well, I'm glad I did let you take me on the date. Or whatever, he would make it be known. Because a man that chooses a wife, man find out the wife, find the good. Okay. But the woman that says yes, help you, okay? So, anyway, I believe the word. Let's start there. I do believe a man to find a wife. But anyway, it was just him saying it that made me irritated right now. Anyway, we're going. This really, really vulnerable moment. I feel like, ooh, it's progress in a relationship because men do not show their feelings. And he just let it out there for me. And I was like, okay. He was scared. I was like, well, you don't think I'm scared to be in a relationship? We equally vulnerable here. I'm like, here's my little heart, and all my little parts and everything. Here you go. Be careful. And you can just drop it. And then I'm like, my God. Which is what I, kind of ultimately felt like what happened. But anyway, he said he was scared, but that wasn't even the moment that he popped the big question, will you be my girlfriend? He asked me to marry him, y'all. But that ain't never happened either. We just kind of was deciding, okay, now we exclusive type of thing, I guess. Maybe, yeah, it actually has happened before. And it's some parallels to these two things, so which is probably why this gonna be a 2-part episode, so I can break it down for y'all. I hope this is helping. I don't know, or am I just telling my business? Moving along. So that very vulnerable moment kind of made me feel closer. And I was like, okay, this is cool. So then there was another really real moment in our relationship because we were still dating, and dating doesn't mean exclusive. We didn't define it as exclusive because, nowadays everybody is defining things so differently. You have to be very, very specific and ask these questions. I feel like people should have the good intentions that they say they have, so that I don't have to say. So when you say A, do you mean A like A, or A like A, or A like A? It's A, right? No, it's not. Not now. So we definitely did. We said definitions and things like that. And I just thought that was so good that we checked in. It was just really good. It felt like a safe space. So there was another real moment where he was like, okay, well, I know I said that I wasn't seeing anybody else, but I was, basically. But boy, it took him so long to get it out. I was like, what you gotta say? And when he said it, it was like, well, we never really said we were exclusive, but the conviction that he had when he told me, I was like, we might can make it, because he feel bad about this, and I'm like, I don't know what that is. But anyway, so I was like, thank you for telling me. Like, we go into details. I'm like, okay, so did you ghost the girl, or what you say? That was like my only thing, because I don't think it's fair to nobody to just ghost them and then you just pop out with somebody. Because then I'll be like, I might call some problem. This why you stop texting me under the, the girlfriend probate post. So this why you stop talking to me. I got a strong petty in my spirit, okay? So I feel like I would probably do that. So I don't want that to be done to anybody else. So we did. That was probably the only thing when I was like, hey, so did you just stop talking to her, girl? And she kind of still think y'all got something, or what was that? Well, anyway, now we're about to get to the part that you all been waiting for. Now, I really don't know how to explain this part, because the truth actually has not yet. I have a version of the truth, right? The man was like, all right, boom. Once he told me that, he got that off his chest. Chest hurts and things. Then, later on, he was like, all right, so I'm ready to take this to the next level. I want you to be my girlfriend. And even then, so what's your expectation? I'm like, what's a girlfriend? I feel like you get all my time, my resources. What more do you want from me? I felt like we were already operating as a couple. You was just like somebody else. I would not. But anyway, I told y'all. Anyway, there's it. So, I don't know why I'm moving this like I can't be heard. It's just really good for aesthetics. Okay. And ASAP stands for always say a petty. Then you gotta put a T. Always stay a petty. What y'all think? Always say anything petty. Always say anything petty. And I always stop and pray. ASAP. That's good. Don't y'all coin it and put it on the shirt without paying me. What we at the girlfriend's day? This is months in, right? It seemed like it was going good. Like on his birthday, we went on our birthday trip, a mini trip. But I mean, he made it like it was for us to spend some time together. It was cool. It was really, really cool. And I just felt like everything was so intentional. And I just don't understand how it just came crashing down, you know? So, here's some. It's just like a tell my business, don't tell the business, but tell it, but don't tell it. But I dealt with it, so I'ma tell it. Another situation came up. Now I'm girlfriend Nisha as boyfriend him. So boyfriend, he had an appointment, right? Been talking about this, teeth a little raggedy. Been talking about it for a long time. Appointment come up. And I'm like, hey, so we ain't it around this time? Cool. Who taking you? My mama. Don't ask me why. From that conversation, I asked, do your mama know about me? Don't ask, because I cannot tell you. But in my mind, that seemed like a girlfriend task. And if you ask your mama, she probably don't know you got a girlfriend. The women gonna be in the comments like, you right. The men gonna be like, what? How did you come up? Don't worry about it. So, he was like, nope. I want to make sure it's right. What was the months of dating? You want to make sure it's right before you get your family involved. What was the months of dating? And you been around my kid. What? So y'all, that threw me, and I honestly don't think we operated the same after that. Because I pulled back. I was like, this, you don't think it's right. This doesn't make sense. And I mean, that's the next response was like, well, why you ask me to be your girlfriend? Because that's dumb. I didn't ask for this. You know that this is not what you wanted when you asked, but why you asked? My nerves. So anyway, that from that conversation, I'm guessing he had to face the music, but that ain't when he broke up with me. Cause he broke up with me. So y'all, I'm trying to figure out. I'm yet trying to decide if my feelings hurt because I didn't break up with him first, or if I don't know. Anyway. Alright, so there was a weekend we spent my friend was in town. And when my friend comes to town, my friend stays with me. And I let my friend drive my car. So when my friend came to town, he was like, all right, we kicking it. I'm like, yeah, but you're going to have to get me. The man came, and it's not, you got to think about this drive before you make this drive. Because then I got to get up before I go to work or wherever I got to go. I got to take her back home and then go. And that's earlier. And this man likes his sleep. Let's be clear. So, I mean, I just feel like this sacrifice meant something. Anywho, so that was our last weekend together. We spent the entire weekend together. And it's just weird. The man, that Sunday night, boom, Monday, he left my house and went to work, okay? Weird things, right? That Tuesday, that Monday night, and I have looked back through this, and I was just, you try to figure out, where did this take that turn? Because how I didn't see that. How I didn't see that we weren't on the same page, because it seemed like we always had page check-ins to make sure we was in the same book. Oh. So, just kind of trying to run things back because I really did feel like this was a relationship that I did put my best foot forward. I tried things way differently because I wanted a different outcome. You want something different, you do something different. And that's what I felt like I did. So boom, that weekend we done spent the weekend together, whole weekend. I honestly didn't want to the whole weekend, but when you with somebody, you want to make them happy, and those are some of the sacrifices that you take. That was one of them. So I did that. And Tuesday morning, 9 a.m. These are just details that I remember vividly at the moment. This just happened at the top of November. November 2nd of the year that. Hey, I'm gonna come over when I get off work. Okay, I mean, and now check this out. I was already gonna cook for my baby, but I was like, okay. He like honey hot wings. I made my own little honey hot sauce, trying to whip it in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? He don't know unless he listens to this that I made him some honey hot wings today. He broke up with me. I mean, I got real comfortable. I'm eliminating that. I had eliminated that out of my vocabulary. It crept back in, but I'll definitely plan to eliminate that out of my vocabulary again. Just gotta check myself real quick. Okay, cool. And I'm like, cause I think cause it was a little time, cause normally he tells me good morning, top of the morning. I'm like, well, hey, you good? I'm coming over because this was on his mind. I'm like, all right, cool. And then we really didn't text throughout the rest of the day. He comes over. I still got a couple minutes to work because he know I work from home. He said right here in the spot where my studio is. Oh, and shout out to him for this table. Thank you. That's why I can't talk about him, because he might take his table back. I can't tell you his name, but I'm gonna talk about. No. I kid. Anyway, he invested in my business. And another thing. I'm an Herbalife distributor. I was like, look, I got this goal. I tell you what, boom. And that's a major thing for me, because in a business like being an Herbalife distributor, you don't want to be with someone